guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. It is Vlogmas Day 1. Vlogmas, if you don't know, it is what we YouTubers do during the month of December. And we do this for 24 days, deliver videos every day for the next 24 days. And it can be about any subject that we want. I have chosen this year's Vlogmas theme for my channel to be about motivation. So I will be doing motivational messages for you guys every day for the next 24 days. So in addition to my regular show airing at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be uploading these Vlogmas videos at 9 a.m. So Central Standard Time. So that way it'll be 10 a.m. on the East Coast, 7 a.m. on the West Coast. So this way it'll be in the morning time. You can just view it whenever you like. I will be premiering these videos, so if you guys want to see it, there will be a little notification ping when these videos come on. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. I have so much information that I would love to share with you guys. And if you find yourself learning something new, or you think that this video would help somebody, I hope that you will share it, because you never know who it may help. So let's get started with the first message of this motivational Vlogmas, which would be, if you don't sweat, you don't get. Simply put, all of the hard work that we put into our careers, into our lives, into our studies, it will all pay off. I always think about pro athletes, and when they start talking about what they were like as kids, what did they do, how did they get to be this great pro athlete, right? And they start talking about their childhood and how they always played the sport, how they started watching old games so they can see the players and how they played and try to learn some of the things from them. They learn all of these things, and they learn about the rules, they learn about the history of the sport. They do all of these things in order to become a better athlete. And when they do these things, they do this in the hope of becoming a pro athlete, because as we know, it doesn't always happen for really good athletes. You have to be something special to be a pro athlete, right? And so with this, they put their all into it. When you sweat, you get. If you don't sweat and you try to do things the easy way, I want to do the shortcut, I want to just get through this really quickly and just sort of get a broad strokes understanding of things. It's all about the details, guys. You can't ever discount the details, because when you discount the details, that's when all the things can go wrong. You're not sweating if you're not learning the details. These pro athletes, they learn about the details. That's why they get better. They start learning statistics, they start learning technicalities about rules and things, because they want to get really good at their sport. And then they inspire so many people. So a kid that is watching a pro athlete is getting inspired. Then they start to do the same thing. They start to learn about the sport. They start to watch old games. They start to learn about the different players. Then they start to put themselves into it. They start to do the sweat part. They start to really apply themselves and learn whatever they can about the sport and try to get better at the sport until they get to that point where they perhaps have a shot at being a pro athlete. And then the cycle continues. But that is the key to success, is the sweat. You have to sweat in order to get. So if you don't sweat, you don't get. And I'm always going to say that. That is one of my most favorite sayings. For me, I had my aha moment in my career in 2014. That was when I really started to be like, oh, I can do more than just, oh, this is a job for me. This is where I go from 9 to 5. In 2014, I started going to conferences. That was me starting to really apply myself to learning more about the field, because I thought I knew enough about the field. What else was there to learn, right? Then you think, well, I know my anatomy, I know my physiology, I'm pretty good at medical terminology. What else could I possibly need to know? I know how to look up codes in the book. But it's all about being even more detailed and catching the things that a regular coder probably wouldn't catch if they weren't really trained right? And all of us have a different training level. Some of us get into this field with really good teachers at our backs, and they taught us really well. But then there are others that sort of taught themselves. I fall into the class of sort of teaching myself, because all I did was I was sat in front of a computer and said, here, learn. So it was about doing the heavy lifting, reading the books, and taking the time to watch the videos about surgeries. And that is sort of translating into what a future pro athlete would do, right? They start watching the old games. I start watching surgeries. So it's going to take time, but when you start to invest more of yourself into these things, it's going to make things easier for you. It's going to make things better for you, because you are going to be able to start understanding what is truly happening after a while. And when you work in a field as complex as healthcare and as detailed as healthcare, you really want to make sure that you're learning as much as you can so that you can fully understand. Because as I have always said, we have to know what doctors know while never having gone to medical school, which is a pretty incredible thing to be able to do. We as medical coders, and if you're watching, if you're a biller as well, we get to work with some of the most intelligent people that you will ever meet in your whole life. And to be able to communicate with them, it's going to take some effort on your part, because we are not trained in this. We are not trained in how do you communicate with providers, which is another reason why I share it on my channel. But taking the time to read books about communication, that's also part of the sweat part, because you have to learn how to be assertive and you have to learn how to be professional. If you say, well, Blue, I'm already professional, then you're going to learn to be even more professional because everybody has room for improvement. And when you start doing that heavy lifting, when you start reading, when you start watching those videos, and even if you're watching videos about how to present yourself with more authority, even if you're not in a leadership position, it is going to help you to be more confident, especially when you're having to deal with alpha personalities. It's all about improving ourselves. And when you improve yourself, then you're able to become better at your craft. It is about becoming better at your craft. I will always shoot for trying to be better at my craft, because I know that what I learn and I pass on to you guys, it benefits somebody somewhere, whether it is a provider at my facility or whether it is a viewer here on YouTube. I know that it is going to impact somebody. And I'm not saying that to be like, wow, look at me. No, I'm saying this because I truly care about passing on this information. A lot of times when people are doing things, it's because they think that this is the right thing to do. But when you really apply yourself to all the things that you are doing, you'll be surprised at the things that change in your life. When you start to see all of the things that are coming out of what you're learning, and then you start to share. Because as I have said before, medical coding is a team sport. Sometimes it doesn't seem that way, and sometimes coders sort of kind of go into their own shell. But I think when we know that it's okay to share with each other and share our ideas, and if we have questions that we can go to each other after we've tried to look things up on our own, because it is about being self-sufficient when it comes to learning things. But when you find something out, or when you see something unique, or when you think that there's something that could help your fellow coder, it is great to share that. And I will always continue to do that, even at my facility. Sometimes it's not always received, but that's okay. I'm doing this and anything that I do with a pure heart. And when you do that, then you got everything, because that is where it is all at, right? Putting in that sweat time and doing everything with a pure heart. Because you never know what you're going to get back in return, because you sharing a information that you have with somebody that you found out about coding or something, anything, and then that person in turn saying, well, I'm going to share with them this that I learned. Guess what? Now you have two even more educated people, and that is the goal, right? It's all about the teamwork. So teamwork makes the dream work. But it all starts with you. and how you are training yourself. So train yourself, guys. Take the extra time to do those detailed things, and you will see all the wonderful things that will come out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I hope you have enjoyed this motivational message today. I will be back tomorrow for a motivational message, and I will see y'all again next time. Bye!